Hi guys, Holly here. First I wanted to say that homeschooling is not for every family or child, and with that said, let's get started. Different states have their own set of rules, and that's why I highly recommend HSLDA. So let's take a look at it. Okay guys, so here's the HSLDA website, and let's take a look. So if you scroll down here, it says get started on your homeschool journey. What is homeschooling? Homeschool laws by state, starting strong, special needs, and high school and beyond. So let's start with homeschool laws by state. And you can scroll down here and then you can click your state. So we'll click Texas. And on the side, on the left-hand side, it'll show you options for homeschooling, school required for ages, notification required, teacher qualifications, state mandated subjects, assessment requirements, immunization requirements. So Texas seems to be more of an easier state to homeschool in. And then you scroll down here. It says how to comply with Texas homeschool law, how to withdraw your child from school in Texas, the importance of record keeping in Texas, special education provisions for Texas, and public school access for homeschoolers in Texas, and school age in Texas. And we'll scroll down here, down some more. Okay, here's the homeschooling forms for Texas. So the Texas withdrawal form, let's click on that. It says Texas sample letter of withdrawal from public school. If you are withdrawing from public school during the school year and you will be operating a home study program, fill out this letter, mail it certified mail, return receipt requested to the principal of the public school your child is currently attending. Okay. Let's scroll back up. So getting started, they have Explore Homeschooling, and of course their membership. Oops, so we'll click on that. And scroll down. Thinking of homeschooling, start here. What is homeschooling and how does it work? Answers to your most pressing homeschooling questions. And then if you scroll down further, it has 7 simple steps to start homeschooling. So number 1 is connect with parents who are already homeschooling. Number 2, understand your state's homeschool law. Number 3, learn about teaching styles, learning styles, and educational approaches. Number 4, choose curriculum. Number 5, decide where you will homeschool and create a schedule. Number 6, enjoy the learning process, reevaluate, change what isn't working. And number 7, celebrate and highlight your students' growth and achievements. Scroll down here. What is homeschooling really like? So it says, so how much time will this take? So we'll click on that and it gives you an answer. You just kind of click on them and figure them out. And we'll scroll down some more. Has some reviews that you can read. I'll scroll back up. And then teaching my kids. So they have starting strong, high school and beyond, what to teach, talk to a consultant, grading, testing and evaluation, record keeping, and special needs. So we'll look at starting strong. Oops. Here is the 7 simple steps to start homeschooling. We've already gone over that. And if you scroll down, charting a path to successful homeschooling, ready, set your homeschool GPS. So we'll click on that. And it's how to set a personalized course for your homeschool journey. So G is for goals, provide safe, nurturing education environment where my child can learn and thrive. And then P is for purpose, give your child an academically excellent education. And S is system or method, your child's learning preference, your own personality and teaching style, and they have a whole bunch of other ones. Just kind of scroll down. Okay, so let's scroll back up. Let's see, and they also have grading, so we'll click on that. Accessing and grading my students' work, 3 ways to evaluate my students' work, 4 reasons to grade before high school, using checklists to assess my child. It's just got a lot of different things you can click on. And then how to grade high school assignments, how to grade high school course, why every teen needs a transcript and how to get one. So we'll scroll back up and let's click on 3 ways to evaluate my students' work so you can get an idea. So, checklists, find or create a list of the skills you want your child to learn and simply check them off as you go along. The rubrics, these are structured ways to evaluate different aspects of your child's learning in a particular subject or assignment. Letter grades, grades are a bit more complicated than checklists and rubrics, but they can be a good choice to decide if letter grades might be right for you and your child. So I'll scroll down. Okay, scroll back up. Here's the legal thing. It's the state homeschool laws, homeschooling in my state, Legislation Action Center, International, and talk to a lawyer. So we'll click on homeschooling in my state. And like I said, you find your state. You click on that. Wherever you're from, just kind of pick it. And it'll tell you on the left-hand side what they require. Alright, so we'll scroll back up. And community, we'll click on find homeschool groups. They also have grants for homeschooling and a sign up for a newsletter and protecting children from abuse. So let's click on find homeschool groups. And then you can search by the name or your zip code and how far I guess you want to travel. So that's always good. Let's go back this way. And this is the about HSLDA. And so this talks about who they are, their mission, and what they do. And this right here talks about the history of HSLDA and their related organization and strategic partners and what they believe. This shows you how you can get to become a member, and how to find a homeschool group in your area. And of course, if you're looking for a career, they have job openings right here. And scroll up. And you can also donate. So guys, that's what HSLDA is all about.
I also recommend a letter of intent, and a letter of intent is to inform the public school system that you will no longer be sending your child to their school. So when you write the letter, make sure you include the child's full name, address, birthday, and the year that they would be going into as if they were going into public school. I also recommend sending it by certified mail. Now, once you've got that all established and done, the next thing would be to work on getting a curriculum. Now, curriculum, there's a wealth of it out there. I don't know if wealth is the right word, but there's a lot of it out there. And so what I recommend is trying to figure out your child's learning style. So for me, it's visionary learning. So I need to be able to see things, play with things, get into stuff. All right, so my advice for you starting out, you new homeschool moms, would be do not attend a homeschool convention because there is so much out there. It is overwhelming. It's worse than a buffet line. So what I do recommend would be to take a homeschool mom with you. and go browse curriculum together, and she can give you her information, you know, her knowledge of doing homeschooling for a while or whatnot. And so go do that, make it a girls' day, have fun. I also recommend when you're browsing curriculum to take pictures of the front and back of the book as well as the inside if it's something that you're interested in. If you're not really interested in it and you're kind of, go ahead and do it anyways, because you know, when you get back home, you're not going to remember everything that you saw that day. I promise. I did not. Okay, so, oh yes. I also wanted to talk about, make sure that you get your child into a homeschool group, and depending on which homeschool group you get into, they should have book and chess clubs, park days, field trips, parties, prom, graduation ceremonies, as well as kind of like schooling, but not really schooling. It's where the moms all work together and, you know, you help participate or whatnot, and you teach a subject for all these kids. And so there's always that. Not every group, like I said, will have all of these things or whatnot, but most groups do. Okay, so now I also wanted to say, with that said about the groups, do not feel like you need to sign your child up for everything, because you don't. I mean, if they were in public school, you wouldn't sign them up for everything. You don't want to put that workload on them. Plus, you need to listen to what maybe their dreams and goals are, not what your dreams and goals are. Also, I do recommend have friends over to your home and do like a science project together, or just have a couple kids over and everybody brings their schoolwork and everybody sits at the kitchen table, or you guys meet at the public library, the park, do school there. We've done the library until all this stuff has happened with the viruses. We can't go to the library, and that was like our favorite part. So I do recommend that. I also wanted to touch on some parents work, and some parents don't want to always, you know, homeschool their child for everything. So they have what's called partial homeschool, and that's where you send your child to a school and it's only for homeschoolers, and they school the child for 2 days out of the week, and then you school them for the next 3 days. And it does cost money. I'm not sure about uniforms. I know one friend that did send her kid there, they did have uniforms. So I think it just really depends on the school, and you'll just have to figure out what works for you guys and what works for your child, because I mean, one family it would work and one family it won't, and that's okay. That's the beauty of it. So with that said, I want you to take a deep breath and just relax and de-stress and just focus on what's important. And I will also put the link of HSLDA in the description box below, as well as a link to an intent letter so you have an example. There's plenty of them online to look up, but I'll just find you one so you can click on that with no problem. And as always, have a wonderful day and hit that subscribe button.